I am so proud of you, Abigail, being
Thank
named 2026 Torchbearer for REMAX.
Thank you.
Yes, I mean, it's clear why, and you work hard and you have a lot of fun while you do it.
Yes.
And that part's clear, and I love to see all the progress.
Thank you.
For you, personally and professionally.
Thank you.
And to be named Torchbearer for REMAX, that's the best in the nation, 40 under 40. But you're in your 20s. So it's even more amazing.
I'm 21.
Well, good job.
Today. First sip of alcohol.
Yeah, that's good. So being 21-ish, what's the recognition mean to you to receive something that's under 20? That's under 40, but you're in your 20s.
That's right. I mean, forever I'll be in my 20s.
Smart.
You know, it is, when I received the award, I didn't know. Because you guys awarded it at our sales meeting before they announced it via email. Mm-hmm. And, you know, last year was my biggest year, production-wise and volume-wise and everything. I was pregnant and then with two little kids. And I was just busy in general. So I was like, hell yeah. Like, it felt like it was like a rewarding because it was so busy on so many different levels of my life. So it was like, I felt seen.
Yeah.
So
well,
it was
you
like,
felt seen. Well,
yes,
that's great.
That's right. It was like something that showed, like, because we're all so busy and agents are all in different parts of their careers. So that really was like a significant, like, okay, I did it. I'm okay. I'm doing okay.
That's probably made my whole day.
Yeah.
To say that you felt seen.
Yeah. Well, because, you know, as moms too, we're just like doing all these things and we're so busy in our lives. And we don't always get a lot of recognition. So that was like a tangible recognition.
Yeah. Well, congratulations.
Thank
I'm
you.
very proud of you.
Thank you.
So that leads me to my next question. You list a lot of homes.
Yes.
And when you're representing a seller, what's your philosophy going into the listing appointment? And what do you want homeowners to walk away feeling after they've met with you?
That's a really good question because everyone has their different approach. And I feel like with me being so young, I feel like I used to kind of approach it like I have a listing presentation and a listing appointment, and I kind of was like going in with like a different aura about myself, like I'm moving in from Abigail to like realtor Abigail. But now I feel like after so many repetitions, I go in like, this is who I am, take it or leave it. I just go in like I'm your friend, and I'm like, if you don't want to list with me, I tell people, I'm like, there's no obligation, like there's no pressure. If you don't like, you know, if we don't like each other, that's fine. So I just go in as like I'm a guest in their house, and it's very chill, very relaxed, and then I just hope it's a good experience, and maybe I made a friend.
Yeah,
and
that's
it always
great.
works. Like truly, people really enjoy the experience.
Well, now that even helps me to know why you fit so well with us here. I always say we sell a lot of real estate here.
Yeah.
We have integrity and we have some fun while we're at it.
Yeah.
And that what you just defined fits that perfectly, and living by the golden rule, treating people the way you want to be treated.
Yeah.
That's why it works.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, that's right.
And you earned your Torchbearer recognition while you were pregnant with your third son.
Yes.
So many people would have pulled back, but you clearly didn't. How did you manage that season of your life, and what do you want other young women in real estate to take away from it?
That's a very good question too. No one asked me these questions, so I love this. I feel like I've been having the answers in my head this whole time.
Well, there you go.
I'm ready.
Now you get them out into the world.
That's right. I've waited my whole 20s for this moment. But I feel like first of all, I feel really good when I'm pregnant. So that's, you know, everyone's pregnancies are different, but I do feel good when I'm pregnant. And I kind of have like the no options mentality where I've kind of burned the boats. I feel like where no one's coming to save me. No one's supporting me other than me and then my husband, of course, like we're a team approach on this. But I kind of think of it as there's no one like coming to add a buffer into my life to make things easier. I have to do that for myself. So I feel like when, like you said, most people might have an excuse to step back. I always lean into it and go even harder because it's like a challenge and I can do it. So
when I watch you from the outside, I think also you love to be the look, work out, be the full package, and you enjoy it. Like I am Wonder Woman. And when I do need to pull back for a few days, you don't feel guilty in that either.
That's right.
So you can enjoy both stages, and you don't put an extra pressure on yourself. Like, I either have to be this or I have to be that.
That's right. And I feel like too, when I was pregnant and I would be so busy. And I remember even when I was reaching like my due date with my third, and I was doing final walks, I was at inspections, and even the inspectors, the guys were like, what are you doing here? Like, you're a nut. But I feel like it shows like women can do anything. Like, truly, we are strong enough to bear, raise, do all the things with children, and we can still have a business. Like, you can do both. And I think a lot of times we're not maybe taught that, like you have to choose one or the other. But I think if you embrace it, it actually makes you better. And with real estate too, I always say women are better realtors for the most part, because we know what it's like to run a house and to sell a house.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and you are the mom of 3 boys, so that puts you in a whole different crazy category anyway.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be a little crazy to be a realtor, and you have to be a little crazy to have 3 boys.
100%. There's a lot of organization and a lot of trying to create stability, which we all need. And in a real estate transaction, it's chaos, and you have to have some structure too.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's really fun to watch, and congratulations.
Thank
I love that part of it. So every once in a while, we get a very funny story. And you had a listing last year that was moth-proof. And if any of you have been in Cheyenne, there are years when we get a lot of moths. So I thought that was a really fun thing that your seller put out there, that it was moth-proof. So how did that go?
Okay, so that is such a unique selling feature. I've never in my career had someone lead with, no moths are safe in my house. Not one miller will see the light of day in my house. Especially, it was rural, so in the country in Cheyenne, that's where moths kind of like to go for whatever reason too. So these people were very interesting. They had purchased a rural property. They were not from Cheyenne. I don't think they understood our environment here and all of that. So anyways, he was very adamant that he had moth-proofed his house. And I ended up selling that house too. So I had the buyers for that house. There were no moths. And
impressive.
It was impressive. And so the funny part about this too is these same people put hurricane-proof shields on their windows. You know, you never know when a hurricane might come
our
through.
wind this year.
So I go and show a property out near this house this last year after this windstorm that was hurricane-forced winds, and they had put all of the shields down, and it protected their house. So no moths and no wind in their house, which was huge.
Huge, which is really different.
So it worked out. That's right. So I'm like, now when those people ever go to sell, they can say it has been moth-proofed and wind-proofed, which is
it can survive a hurricane because we
had
that wind.
Yes, that's right. And no moths could come in with the wind. So,
oh man, I have loved that story, and we laughed about it. And I mean, what a great.
Well, then I was nervous that someone would go show the property and say there was a moth in the house,
but you didn't have it.
No moths.
No moths.
That's right. Yeah.
So the last question I have for you is, not only do you do a lot of listings,
yes,
but you're also in an age group of first-time home buyers.
Yes.
So first-time home buyers are navigating a market that feels more complicated than it used to, not just from the expense, but just all the noise. And so what's the one thing you tell buyers who feel like they're not ready? What's one thing you would tell them, either financially or emotionally, what they can do?
So I actually just had this conversation at the dentist the other day. Everywhere I'm hustling, right?
Yeah.
And the dental tech, she's a young girl, and she said she and her boyfriend are renting, and she's like, we'll never buy a house in Cheyenne. Like, this is crazy. And I'm like, you should go talk to a lender, and here's my card, because Cheyenne is growing so much. Everyone can buy a house. It depends what house you're buying. I bought my first house at 25, had no idea what I was doing, and it paid off huge dividends, but it was my first little house. It was tiny. It required a ton of work, but it got me in. So I told her, I was like, go talk to a lender. Call me when you talk to a lender. I'll send you a lender. But she was like, yeah. She was like, my brother lives with us. He can pay us rent. And she had a whole plan, but she was scared. She didn't understand that she could buy a house. And I was like, you've got a great job. Her boyfriend had a great job. So I tell people, I'm like, you have no idea what's happening in Cheyenne right now with our growth. You got to buy now, or else you might be priced out of what you want to buy right now. So that's what I tell people is you can always buy a house, but the quality of homes is changing as Cheyenne is growing.
Yeah, and that's great if you find an agent who will tell you the truth.
Yes.
And help you get the things. You might start today and not be able to do it for 2 years. But if you don't ever start, you're just that much further
That's
down
right.
the road.
And you'll continue to get priced out. But I think a lot of people, she said they keep watching Zillow, and she was like, well, a $400,000 house, it's not that nice. And then it goes under contract right away. And I was like, buy the $400,000 house if you can, make it really nice, and then sell it for $500 in a couple years. So people have to understand that it's just relative to where you are, but you can absolutely buy a house. It's not impossible.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, all those answers just remind me why you are a torchbearer and why you had such a successful 2025.
Yes.
And why you're already having such a successful 2026.
That's
and
right.
I hope you make it down to that event for the torchbearers that they'll be holding in Denver this year.
I know.
And just very proud of you.
Thank you.
Love watching you grow.
So much.
Congratulations.
I love it. Thank you.